Hey, this is KV, and this is the Moon Phase Report for Pisces. Alright, Pisces. Okay, so things are very much home-based, cleaning out the roots, cleaning up your house, organizing things. This is where it's like, you know, with feng shui and how cobwebs in the corners, or all the mess that is in the home front right now is actually keeping you from having as much freedom as you would like on your work front. So there's a link between the two, and something within the home needs to be cleaned up. And this can either be your actual home, this can be something something relating to memories, childhood based, the mother, something with caring and nurturing that was contaminated in some way. And because of that, this is affecting how you send your energy out into the world. So, you know, and it's funny, I just thought about, because I'm like, my house is a mess, and it drives me crazy, but I'm so busy, I don't even have a spare minute a week, you know, like, I keep trying to think I'll catch up, I keep trying to think, but I don't. And so, like, me making the time, and then my vacuum broke, I need to get a vacuum, but so anyway, it's so messy, and I'm always like, and it's also because I live in the high desert, and it's spring, so it's windy season, so, you know, a piece of paper is coated in dust in a day, you know. But anyway, so you're constantly seeing like mess, 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 and I'm like, but I can't get to it, which I really just know I need to hire a house cleaner. I'm finally just going to get somebody, because I'm like, I don't have time to, there's so much dust and everything. But anyway, it's important that we have a clean house. And you know, it's funny because the message that you will be getting, which is really kind of ironic, can be through people that are really close to you. Like, they'll be the ones who are honest enough to be like, hey, do you ever clean your house? Or, you know, do you not realize that that thing that happened in your childhood is probably affecting your life now? And what had happened was, I was at my friend Dakota's, and her son Rio, he was like, every time I go to your house, it's so messy, you know, so he like called me out on it, and I'm like, I know, oh man. But it was like, I knew right there, it was like, he was, you know, and his mom's like, that's something that you don't share. And I'm like, but it's true. I mean, it's the truth. I know. I think it every day, multiple times a day. I need help to take care of my house, you know. But that's important. It's important that we have a clean and organized homestead, and especially because of all the big things you're wanting to do and get out into the world. So if there is anything that's kind of holding you back from really kind of getting your stuff out there, getting the job you really want, doing what has purpose, so that you're living on purpose. If there's some kind of thing, like right now, something will come to you that kind of shows you there's some faulty thing going on the home front, whether it's, you know, it's the physical home front, or the one that was like our childhood home front, our childhood days. So something at this time can be coming to your awareness of something that, you know, needs a new perspective, needs you to look at it in a different way, not to so much, because Pisces do have the tendency to go into the victim mode, like something, like we have a lot, like Pisces kind of have, they experience everything that the world has experienced. So not only are they empaths, but they always, they have lives that touch on every feeling that happens. Like a Pisces experiences every possible low thing that can possibly happen. And because of that, and it's because they're here to be these wise old soul kind of people, and you know, you have to walk it all to talk it all. But a lot of them have a hard time with it, especially when they're young, of getting past the thoughts of constantly reinforcing the victim mentality. So there's always the thoughts of like, things don't work out for me, but I have been so cheated on, but nobody's ever da da da, or whatever, like thoughts you just keep saying that keep you as the loser, that keep you from winning out, from manifesting what you want, from having good things come, from being happy about everything in life, you know? So there's just something that you need to see, and I wouldn't put any pressure on it. It will come, and it's, you know, look to someone who's really close to you to deliver the message to. It can't even be me. You know, it's going to be somebody that you trust, that you that knows you pretty well. I'm like, hi. But so, and just like hear it and sit with it, you know. Neptune, your planet, is speaking in this, so it's even more showing you that it's something that's not exactly obvious. It's something that you'll have to kind of look closer, definitely get real about. It can be a wake-up call where it's like, oh, I just could never admit that about myself. I could never be honest and word those things. And there's something important there in that it needs to be unveiled and healed and given a dose of love and forgiveness. And, you know, if it's something that was done to you, which is certainly most likely, you just have to find a way to go to it and kind of I don't want to say let it go, because that's not really the proper thing to say, but just kind of maybe like try to think about if this had happened to somebody else, and if you were talking to them, you know that you would come up with all the words of comfort and support to help them see that they need to move through this, that they need to not carry it, that they need to not expect it will always be this way. So maybe you even need another perspective of stepping outside of your body and to see whatever happened to you, see it as another little girl or little boy or somebody else, because then you'll see you're much more about supporting that person in moving past this and not letting this determine their future. So you might need to do something like that with yourself, so you're not so harsh with yourself, but really kind of soft and nurturing and talking to yourself about how you do need to let this go, or just not word it in such a way that keeps you locked in the victim mentality. So that's going to be really important. So yeah, look for somebody else to kind of give you that message. And also, it's just gonna, it's gonna be so cool. So I would say whatever comes up, write it in your journal and kind of ask some questions with it. So what does this mean? So what would I do if how would my life feel if I didn't rely on saying that anymore? Or, you know, how would my life look if I did just say that that wasn't the worst thing ever and give it some love and not even think about it anymore? What would it do with my life? Or, you know, because this is very much public image and career based. You know, it could even be like you communicating openly about it, how I do here, that can change things. Just being open about it kind of makes you then laugh about it. You know, so maybe it's something you just haven't wanted to talk about. This is not something you talk about. And now you'll just be like, I have to talk about this. I have to get this off my shoulders. I have to be free of this. Because that's something too, is if you are holding on to something that even is roots, you know, related from when you were younger, but you weren't allowed to talk about it, you're just going to build up so much congested energy in your body that's like locked and won't move, and then is going to be stressed and angry, and you're not going to realize why, but it's because you haven't been free to express what you needed to and share what you needed to and have the support you needed. So this can be a really big time of getting some stuff off your shoulders, and then just by doing that, the rest of your life can change. And there's really big miracles on the horizon if they're not already there yet. So you know, whatever comes up, just keep real, be honest about it. Talk to whomever you need to. It does feel most likely that it's with somebody else or with others. And if it is with others who cannot breach these things, if it's with somebody who cannot go there, and shuts you down, then you're just going to have to create some kind of dialogue in a journal with pretend land, you know, but just something that where you can get both the conversations out, and that they come in a healing way, but the both parties are a healing, and you might just have to write it yourself, but something to like feel supported and feel loved and feel honored, and then when you can do this, it'll just bring this freedom into your life that you need, and then you'll be like feeling younger again and stuff, because it's keeping you bound. It's making you too old before your time. It's stressing you out. That's even like me. This stresses me out to have such a messy home, you know? I mean, it's not like it's the worst thing ever, but still, it could be tidied up. Okay, so let's leave it at that. I will see you in 2 weeks with the new moon on June 8th. You have a beautiful full moon. Thank you.